I and my family have only recently moved to Thanet, and I met with Samuel Hurl and asked him where could I be useful in QRBC. I've come from a London church where I was quite involved, and Samuel wondered if I would like to start out doing some devotionals. I've had a hard time creating these, as it is something I don't do consciously but rather unconsciously. When I worked in my previous job, we listened to Lectio 365, which was really quite good. So when it comes to creating a set of daily devotions, I'm set the task of what exactly is it? Devotion is to set aside something, to keep it for a special service, to give yourself 100% to a person or a task, something like that. But why? Why would I do this? There can be many reasons to devote yourself to something. And I'm hoping that in each event that I write, it will be about the motivation to devotion. Set yourself to the day's task of serving the requirements of Jesus, who we call Lord, and so we should then serve him. I know that out of myself alone, I have nothing that makes me love, give, serve, apart from my own self-interest. The task of writing a devotional is not to encourage the doing of good things. For me, this would be pointless. It is to set you, me, in awe of God, the Lord, in order that you and I are open to his influence. So here is my first devotional. The first book of the Bible is Genesis. It starts out with the first human beings and how they were created along with everything that is around them. The story itself must have been passed down from generation to generation orally, because we know that writing and printing only comes much later in history. It is supposedly written by Moses, who lived a long time after the event, and is putting down for the first time possibly what for generations has been spoken. When I read these pieces of the Bible, there are many bits that I battle to deal with. How is it possible to live so long, 900 years? Who are the Nephilim? How did Noah get so many animals on his ark? And many other questions I can get bogged down with. Now, they're not necessarily wrong to ask, but we should step back a bit and look at what is the whole story about, the Bible in a whole. Time after time, God is showing me that I cannot exist without him. Adam and Eve tried to, and look where that went. I could say, well, if only God would get rid of, and then I find the ark story where God does just that. But soon afterwards, Noah is drunk and his kids are laughing at his shame. So God was showing that even if everything around us was renewed, it still wouldn't fix it. The problem is with me, with you, with what's in my heart. The famous Russian writer Leo Tolstoy said that if you wake up in the morning and find you do not have love in your heart, go back to bed until you do, and then confront the world. A heart that is empty of love is a heart that cannot bring anything good into the world. This is where you and I should begin the day. I wish Vladimir Putin actually knew Jesus, or even just had heard Tolstoy. The world might be a better place. I want to encourage you then to be in a relationship with God. Look to see if there is love in your heart.
How delightful is your dwelling, Almighty Sovereign Lord, place of peace.